and get back to work at Fort Myers. And so, does anyone else have a prayer request or something they want to uplift this evening? Okay, so let's go to the Lord in prayer. And we got a lot of things coming up here we're excited about. There's a picnic, church-wide picnic on Saturday, and then there's also our pastor's Bible party and Roundup Sunday. And so we're hoping that everyone will be in their place for that. Let's pray, and then we'll give it all over to Brother Roth. Let's pray. And Father, we thank you for this day, Lord. We thank you for the time together, Lord, where we can learn more about you. And Lord, use this area, Father, of sign language to communicate and spread the gospel. Lord, I pray that you'll be with Brother Roth this evening, be with those who can be here as well. Lord, I pray that you'll just give us strength, help us to grow in knowledge and wisdom. Lord, I pray that you'll be with Pastor and his family, give them safety on the roads. And just give us a good week, Father, and keep us safe. We love and thank you, Lord, for all that you're going to do. And, Lord, all that you've done in our lives. In your precious and holy name, amen. Brother Roth, all yours.
All right, so you got the mic on, Ethan? All right, because I can't hear myself. All right, so we had a little hiatus, and we are back. So we're in chapter 4. So I know the first couple weeks have been like front load of a ton of information. A lot of stuff, a lot of syntax, a lot of rules. Does anybody remember what the rules are, how to build a sentence? Do you have something playing? Okay. All right, so we have, first we talk about tense, right? Are we in the past, future, tense, now? Tense first, then we do topic. Those are descriptions. Then we have questions at the end, right? So sometimes there's a pause, depending on if it's a rhetorical question or not. And then we have question. And then we have the yes or no, or sometimes we answer our own questions. So that's how we build a sentence, right? So now we're actually going to start on finger spelling. This is the primary function of how we get you don't know. How do you get the sign for a word you don't know? You need to spell it. How do all the hand shapes get formed? From spelling. Most of them are from the letters in our alphabet, all right? So we've been practicing a lot our spelling, right? The alphabet, do you remember? All right, so let's go through the alphabet together. A. Remember, palms facing outwards toward everybody. A. B. Now, don't put your finger back too far because that would be E. C. D. Almost. Pointer finger. There you go. D. It is. It is for a lot of people. D and the F. I see people do that. Get that mixed up. D. E. So E is like C, except our fingers are crunched. F. H. I. J. K. L. M. N. O. P. Q. R. S. T. U. W. X. Y. And Z. That's page 119 of your book. They're all listed there. And so tonight we're going to actually do a lot of spelling. This is not my favorite. I don't like spelling. So, I'm going to practice that. Now, remember the sign for name. Does everybody remember the sign for name? Very good. Do you know the sign for name? No? Name. Name. Name something is a verb. So when you do it twice, normally it's a verb, or a lot of times it's a verb when you do things twice. So to name something, what are you going to name it? 2 times. One time is noun. My name. So my name. And then we're going to spell it. Mine is Jacob. My name, Jacob. All right, Brother Jeremy, your turn. Can you do that sentence? Very good. Little Yoda. No? All right. Very good. Your turn. R? R, yep. Very good. Your turn. This right, remember, open palm is possessive. If you go like this, me name. So my name, all right? Very good. Joshua, right? That's me name. There you go. That's B. There you go. Okay, very good. Frank, your turn. Your name is Shannon. Very good. Joel, very good. First you said Joey. That was close too. Yeah. Did they really? All right, man in the back. Yeah, hot shot. That's what he spelled. Ethan. So he did it fast. Ethan. Ethan. Yes.
So is K more like this or like pointing like that?
Remember, the palm is faced this way. So the only time it's not is G and H. So K is that way, and then P is that way. Yep, pointing K down. All right, so we got the first part of that. My name, Jacob. Now, name you what? Please? Or name you, please? So now I'm going to ask you your name, and then you're going to say my name is. Ready? My name. Your name is Jeremy. Very nice. All right. My name, Jacob. Your name, please, what? Look at this. It's not Yoda? No? Okay. My name, Jacob. Your name. Margaret. My name. Your name, what? Very good. My name. Your name, what? Very good. Frank. Now, you see my name a lot. That's why I went faster. My name. Your name, what? Do you all know what I spelled? My name. Your name, what? All right. Your name is Shannon, though you started spelling it wrong. My name. Your name. Mm-hmm. Very good. My name. Your name. He's trying to be like super fancy. All right. So now, some signs, please. It's hard to do with the mic. Please. Sorry would be with a fist. All right. So please and sorry. Now we're also going to learn the state. So what state are you from? State. You know what the sign for Florida is? Yeah. Because it's, yeah. All right. So city. Actually, we spell Florida like that. Just do Flordia, right? So Florida. And it's also the same sign as beautiful, Florida. Yeah, that's kind of, they tie those two together. Well, so now you're going to ask Brother Frank here, what city and state do you live in? And Brother Frank is going to tell the city he lives in and what state he lives in. So, remember we build a question, topic, comment, state, city, comment, we live, question, where? So, we're building a sentence here, right? Topic, state, city. Comment, live, question, where? So you're going to say that to the person you're looking at, is that's the person you're talking to. You're going to look at Brother Frank, and you're going to say that sentence. Brother Frank says, I live state, spell, city, spell. All right, you got that? Page 121 at the bottom, going over into 122. All right, so you ready? We're going to build a sentence. What city and state do you live in? So the topic would be state, city. Live would be the comment. Live. You. Where? Where? Yeah. Live. Live. You. So state, city. Now comment is live, you, where? But they do bottom up like this. All right. So state, city, live you where? So now you're going to say, I live. No, because you're not asking a question. You're telling. So I live, city. Yes. So the city. I live. City. Spell. State. Spell. Like this, like an S. State. Very good. Now remember, keep your hand forward. So when you're doing an O, don't turn it like that. Oh, right. This, nothing. It's just, this is nothing, empty, but oh, like when you're singing, oh, But this is the letter. All right, so you ready to ask your brother? Is it your brother, right? You ready to ask your brother where he lives? All right, so here's what you do. State, city, live, you, where? You want to copy me? Or you got it? State, city, very good. You live where? Yeah, and now you spell. What state do you live in? Like that. You point your finger on your thumb. There you go. L O R D. Yep, there you go. D I A. City. You can just do this. P C. Palm Coast. That's the shortcut. So if you want to spell out P-A-L-M, right? And then second word, C-O-A-A-S-T. Palm Coast. That's actually the sign we use, Palm Coast.
I tried to say palm and then move my hand over coast. Would that help?
Yes.
2 words?
Palm Coast. You don't need to do that. You can just say Palm Coast. All you do is pause between the 2 words. If you keep spelling all the way through, they're going to think Palm Coast, one long word. But if you just Palm Coast, then it's 2 words, right? You separate it by time. You give it that little pause. All right, Shannon, would you ask Margaret where she lives? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. P. Yeah, so like a K turned upside down. Yep. Very good. State. Mm-hmm. D I A. Very good. All right, Ethan, would you ask Brother Joel? All right, so Ethan has lazy sign. You need to be really clear. Very good. That's much better. No. F L. Can I just do this? Yep. All right, very good. All right, so a couple more signs. Cool. Like you're doing a G, but pinch them and then cool. That's cool. This is nice. And then weather. 2 W's. Weather. weather. So the pinkies on the thumbs, you're making W's, and weather. And then sometimes. All right, so now we're going to do chapter review. Look, we're already done with the first chapter. That was pretty easy in a sense of how much was there. But there's a lot of practice you need to do with spelling, okay? There's a list of words here. We're going to start going through those words too, and everybody's going to get a word. But first, let's go through the alphabet one more time. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. All right, now, when you're home, one of the things you want to do is make sure you start practicing your spelling. All right, like that is a chair. Chair. That is a door. So you need to start practicing spelling things that you see. How do I spell window? Window. So start spelling things like that. All right, now again, remember, when you have double letters that come together, you slide them slightly over. So like door, door, D-O. So I slide it over, door, okay? Now, we see a list of these. Finger spelling the following 2 and 3 and 4 letter words. Some will have double letters. So, Brother Jeremy, can you spell at? All right, good. Caleb, can you spell M? I am. M, like I am, A-M. Very good. Margaret, R. Very good. Art. Very good. Arm. Very good. Shannon, arch. Ethan, B. Why are you, no, not bzz. B. There you go. So you saw what he did. He went B. Well, this is buzz, right? B, a buzzing bee, or this is just B. To be or not to be. Right. All right. Ben. Very good. Bear. Like grizzly. Arr. Do you not spell that? All right, now remember, you can look at the book if you're not certain how to spell it, which I'm not with a lot of these words. So, all right, Miss Margaret, bite. Very good. And bite versus her bit, right? I think that's how it's spelled. I don't know. So B-I-T-E, right? Very good. Cat. That is the sign, but that's not how you spell it.
That's one thing I remember.
he went like cat. Very good. Claw. Close. Brother Joe, cool. Now remember, when you do double letters, C-O-O-L. C-O-O. So you slide it over. C-O-L. C-O. Yeah, go the other way. Slide away from your body. Very good. Ethan, car. Jeremy, clue. Very good. Now make sure your fingers don't cross. Because if you do, somebody might get, because like my fingers don't like to cross very well. So you'll see, when your hand, especially as people get older and they're signing, this will start being R. So if you just make sure just that way it's clear. Because like me, I can't spell. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Dad. Very good. Did. Now make sure to keep pointing it forwards. There you go. D-I-D. Did. Dim. Dim. There you go. Doll. Good. Got the slide. Dear. Like Dear John. Very good. Eat. E. E. That's like this. So there you go. E. A. T. Yep. Very good. Ethan. Elm. Elf. Very good. All right, do you know how to spell eek? Oh, perfect. Each. Very good. Remember, don't turn it. I do too, because that looks like a C when you're looking through it, right? C and O, but got to keep it straight. All right, fly. L, Y. So F, L, Y. Fit. Very good. Frog. That's the sign for it. Frog. You know how his throat goes like that? So that's the sign for that. This is dirty. Frog. All right. Fire. R, E. Very good. Ethan, flee. No, not like what you have in your hair. Like to run away from something. There you go. You didn't slide it very well, but we'll accept that. Now, like fire, you think, what does fire mean? You have fire. That's a flame, right? And you also have fire, which means to lay somebody off, fire them. That's why it looks like a head, right? So when you're trying to figure out what sign is, you're able to spell that, right? So you spell it, then you have to make clear which fire did you mean, and then you. Oh, I love some of these are fun. All right, good. Brother Jeremy. Goof. Good, very good. All right, pool, like you swim in. Very good. Seek. You did it right, yeah. Okay. Well, this would be seek, and that would be seep. So, seek. Ugly. It's the word I came up on. U. G, right? L. And this is the sign for it. Ugly. Ugly and beautiful. It does kind of match a guy's mustache, so I don't know what they're trying to say there. All right, quit. Up. Very good. Your. Very good. Zag. There you go. Ethan, zeal. Very good. All right, so at home, practice these words again. Until you can kind of spell it. All right, you want to practice that. I practice spelling things I see. I sometimes practice spelling things that I hear somebody saying. I have been known to, when my wife's talking to me, start spelling what she's saying, and then she knows I'm not listening. So don't do that. But I have done that. So just kind of spell things. And then we also, down on the section 5, you start seeing bigger things. United States, Hockey Town, Subaru, Golden Retriever, some bigger words, some compound words. So you'll practice those as well. All right. Next, we're going into numbers. All right. So does anybody know how to count in sign language yet? Not you two. All right, so this is going to be fun. All right. This is fun because now you can count as high as you want with one hand. It doesn't matter if you only have 5 fingers anymore. All right? We used to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you had to stop. Well, now you can keep going. So 1, pump, technically, 1 through 5 are facing you. All right? So this is one of those weird ones. Why? Because that is D. So not to be confused, 1, 2, 3, thumb. Now this is one of those things that a lot of people, they do this as 3 and they do this as 3, right? But it's 3. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's the same sign as W, which, 6, yeah. So www is actually 666, by the way. So every website you go to, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you ready to try that again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 11, 12, 12. Remember, palms facing me again. Double flick. So 11, 12, 13. Now, you can do it like this or like this. This is how I normally do it. You just move the middle finger. 13, 14, 15. All right, now here comes the fun ones. You ready? 16. You got to do the whole turn. 16. Now, some people will do this. 16. This is a little bit harder. 16, 16, 17. Remember, we're doing doubles because we did 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So remember how we did 6? 16. Towards you, out. Like you're flicking. 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. 21. Double, right? Because everything's doubled right now. 20, 21, 21, yeah, 22. Now, we're starting to get in the 22s. We no longer have to worry about the palm toward us anymore, right? From here on out, the palms outwards. Now with this, you're going to do 22, 23, 23, 2, 3, 23. You can also do 23. You see how it's 2, 3, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, throw your shoulder out, 29, 30, 31. Now you see the pattern now, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Anytime we get to the double numbers, 44, 45. Then we get to 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Actually, it's 55, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, and on up to 100. So what we're doing is we're 100, 100, 100, 101, 102, 103, then we're going on like that. 200, 300, 400, 500. You have a question? No, it's 100. It's basically what the idea is 1 0, right? 100. But we do this. You can see that on other numbers, 1 through 96. Maybe they didn't put it in here, but 100 is pull back. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. 2,000, 3,000. You just, on the pattern follows, you have the algorithm right now, right? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's the tricky way to do it. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. All right, and the numbers would go up from there. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you what year you were born, and then give me your age. Ladies, you can just fake it, whatever numbers you want to throw out there, okay? Go ahead. What year were you born? So 1,000? So 1,000. Or you can just do, in this case, we're not talking about the number 1. We're talking about 1977. That was me. 1977. That was my year. 1977. No, because it's a big number. 1 through 15 is this way. All bigger numbers are that way. 6, 1, 6, 1, 9. There you go. Because you were really old there for a minute. 400 years. 1, Yoda, yeah. Old I am, mine. 7, 1, 9, 8, 9, 1989. So how old you? 90, 91. All right, cool. Again, it's a big number, right? You're over 30? 32. Good. So, year born, what? You. 2,000. Or you can do 2, 0. You got to write 2, 0. 1, 2. 2012? How old you? 9? Very good. Mm-hmm. 1986. So how old you? You're 3? 19, that's 3. So it'd be 1983. 39. So remember, it's a bigger number so we can point it outwards. 39. Very good. Looks just like F. 39. What you? Question. Remember, it's a big number so you can point it outwards. 2, 0. Yep. Yes, very good. 2008. How old are you? $16? 14. There you go, 14. Because that's 4, and then we 14. Very good. Born year, what? You. Nine. 77. 1977. So 77. You slide it again. Okay. So how old you? 40, 45. Yeah, 45. Or you can just do this, right? 45. 45. Very good. Same me. What month? What? You don't know your birth month? February? You're supposed to spell it. We just learned that last time. Oh, no, just all right. That's a hard one. Go, just do Feb. F. March. So you're older than me. 1 month, right? Well, probably less than that. Hey, what year born you? 2007? So how old you? 14. Very good. Is it this century? What year born you? 19. Is it 3? So 1930 something? Turn around, face, and then put it on like this. That's 6. There you go. 6. So 1960. 1960? So how old are you? 6. 6. That's 9. 6. And what's the other? 62. 62. All right, you. What year born you? 2003. So how old are you? 19. Right. 19. Right. So when to break the 1 in 5 palm facing rule. Now, we've got about a bunch of numbers. First, we're going to say addresses and phone numbers. You sign numbers and addresses and phone numbers in the same manner that you would say them in English. So, like my, 386, my phone number, right? That's how you would do it. So, same difference. Now, you would pause slightly between the segments, right? 386, 44 and on through your phone number. I'm not going to give it out. I don't want people calling me. So, but that's, so your address, like I live 25, 25. And then, so you say the number the same way you sign the number the same way you would say it in English. So when do you break it? The palm facing rule, remember? 1 through 5 faces me. 11 through 15 faces me. Everything else is faced outward. So when you're signing phone numbers, 3, 8, 6. Even though this is 3, because I'm doing a phone number, I'm going to point it outwards. 3, 8, 6. If I'm doing an address, 25 or 1, 5. I can also say 15. That's okay. That works. But 1, 5, my address, right? More than, or anything that has more than a single number. So my age, right? So I am 45, but that's normally outwards. But if, I'm 121, it's 1, 2, 1. Or I could say 121. But either way, my hand's going to be facing outwards. Now, when I'm counting things. So the question is, the sentence is, I have 3 books. So when we put a sentence together, I have 3 books. It's a sentence. We're going to put that in sign language. So when we look at the rules, when we do a sentence, we say first, we're going to look at tense. I have 3 books. What tense is that? Present. So do I need a tense in my sign? No. I'm talking about now. Present tense. Now I'm talking about the topic. What's the topic? Books. Book. And then what's the comment? 3 have. So I'm talking about I have 3 of them. So do I need to point at me? No, because that's now assumed unless I point at you. If I say books, 3 have, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking about myself. Unless I say, you have 3 books, then now it's a question, right? Or because now I've raised my eyebrows, I've leaned slightly forward, I've asked a question. So all those other facial expressions, some come into it. So now we're going to say, book 3 have. Book 3 have. You go first. Book 3. No. 3 have. Now, why did you do this way toward yourself? Because it's a lower number, and we're counting. It's not a phone number. It's not an address. It's not a year. It's the number of books. So I'm counting something, and it's 1 through 5, so it's going to be this way. All right, your turn. Book 3 have. Book 3. Palm facing yourself. There you go. Have. Very good. 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 That's good. Open a book, like you're opening your Bible. Yeah. Book 3. Good. Very good. Ethan? Book 3 have. Very good. All right. Now, yeah. Well, somebody's got to run the cameras and the stuff. So now we're going to ask for somebody's phone number. Now, the phone number in the book is 555-383-6071. So that shouldn't be any number anybody should call. I don't know what that is. But we're gonna ask somebody what their phone number is. So again, we're going to ask a question now, right? So how do we ask a question? Is there a tense? What's your phone number? What's the tense? Present tense. So we don't need a tense. So we don't have to worry about future or now or anything like that. Then we're going to do topic. What's the topic? Phone number. What's the comment? We don't really have a comment, but we do have a question. What? So when we put the sentence together, we're going to do topic, question. And then we're going to do what with our eyebrows? And tilt your head like. All right, so here we go. Phone number, what? Yeah, do the one in the book. That's 9. Yep. Very good. All right, so everybody get that? 555-383-6071. And again, remember, all the palm was outward. Why? Because it's a phone number. So, phone number, what? 555 3 8. Very good. 3 6 0 7 1. Very good. Phone number what? Yep, because it's a phone number, everything's going to face out. Very good. All right, Joshua. Phone number what? There you go. Very good. All right. Phone number what? Very good. Very good. Phone number. Just you can just go like the 555. Yeah. Pinky. Pinky. There you go. Okay. He said his phone number is 8675309. That's not your phone number. All right. So everybody's got that. Let's go through our numbers again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's funny, this is the sign for tithe. You get it? 1/10. 1/10, that's tithe. 1/10. 10, 11, so pointer finger, flick it twice. 12, 13, 14, thumb in, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and 21. Everything else from there is just 2, 2, 2, 3. You're just doing each number at that point. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Very good. All right, so now, this here is your thousands and millions and billions and trillions and all through the line. So the way you sign 100 here, this is, he says 100, okay? I do 100 because this is 500. So but technically you can do 100, 200, 300, 400, okay? That is the correct way of doing it. The short way is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. You follow? So you'll see this a lot, 100, 200. But the correct way is 100, 200, 300, all right? 1,000, one time. 1,000. Million, twice. Billion, 3 times. At that point, numbers are our national debt and they have no meaning. All right. So we go on from there. You see, and usually numbers bigger than that, you're spelling them. So everybody with me? T, R, I, L, I, O, N. Trillion. All right. So large numbers are signed the same way that you would say them in English. As you practice signing numbers, say them out loud in English first, then sign them quietly, saying them in English in your head. For example, 34,589 is signed 34,589. Okay? So when you do that, when you're saying a number, 34,589. So 34,589. 89. Now, when you're saying a phone number, 555-383-6071. You notice I didn't do any thousands because you don't do that when you say a phone number, right? You don't do that when you say an address. You know, you do that when you count. So counting, you kind of want to do the thousands and on, hundreds and et cetera. So 10,000, or 500,000. So that's kind of how you do that, right? So 500,000, 489. Now, if you have a decimal place, 1.1. 1.1. If you're doing fractions, 1/10, 2/4, 1/2. So you're doing fractions the same way you would write a fraction. Okay? All that's pretty simple. So you're going to practice all these numbers in our book here. Look, you got a bunch of practice with numbers. So 74,908. Now you notice I didn't say 908. 74,908. Why? Because that's how we would say it in English. Right? So you just practice that, practice the phone numbers, and practice finger spelling of the addresses. So, do what? When you're spelling numbers?
It seems like there's a lot of similarities between different signs. I guess they have to be good at reading your signs.
Yes. So they have to be as good at reading your signs as you are as giving signs. But then again, you're talking about context. If I say, your phone number what? And you say 300,000, that would be confusing, right? Because I asked for your phone number. Why would you give me thousands? Okay, because we don't say it. That's how we don't say it. So there could be situations where you signed it wrong. You did thousands when you should have just did straight number, or you do straight number when you should have done, counting. That could be confusing. But as long as you're doing it right and they know the context of what you're talking about, it'll work out. All right, so now we're going to go into page 140, and we're going to start doing some dialogue. So we should know these signs already. First sign is excuse me. Excuse. Excuse. This is also the sign for forgive. So excuse me, name, you, me, nice. Now to see the difference between excuse. Excuse is half the palm, and nice is palm, like this. Nice, meet. All right? So, and then take up, like you pick something up, and then, ASL. So, we're going to do dialogue. The first sentence is, excuse me, I'm Celia. What's your name? So now think about that in sign language. First, tense. What's the tense? It's now, it's present tense. I didn't meet her in the future. I didn't meet her in the past. We're meeting right now. And so it's present. So now we're going to say, we're going to do a topic comment. So first is excuse me. And now my comment is my name, Celia. And now I'm going to ask a question. Name you. All right? So everybody kind of copy me. Excuse me. You don't have to use one hand. Excuse me. Me, name. Celia. Name you. All right. Everybody got that? All right. So I am going to sign that to you, and I want you to spell your name. Then I want you to sign it back to me, and I'll spell my name. Ready? No. No. All right. Very good. Now, everybody make sure you watch, not just me, but him too, because the more you see it, the more it'll become familiar to you. Okay? Your turn. Name. And then spell your name. Name you. Name you. What? Do you understand what I said? Nice to meet you. Very good. All right, Caleb, you ready? Get the hands ready. All right. Very nice. Very good. Good facial expressions. Your facial expressions are on point. Nice to meet you. Now, you all, I did like this because this is me. That's you. We meet. If I do it like this is just two people meeting, right? So I do it like this to say, it's nice to meet you. That means me, meet you. That's why we do it like that. All right, you ready? No, maybe. My. Very good. All right, let me ask you a question. Which hand is your dominant hand? Your right hand? So make sure to always use this one. And then that's always going to be the one doing the movement. So I noticed you did my, and then you went like this. So it looked like you swapped dominant hands, which is okay. It's not bad. But you want to make sure, because it's going to be easier in the long run as you go forward, to make sure that the one doing the movement is your dominant hand, the one stationary is usually your secondary hand. Okay? All right, so your turn to ask me. Mm-hmm. Your turn. You ready? No. All right. Very good. All right, so now your turn to ask me. Very good. All right. You ready? My. Him. Up. There you go. Because you look like you said framp. All right. Yes, all right. So now you ask me. You ready? Go away from- Excuse me. My name is Jacob. Your name what? Good. Now your turn to ask me. Your name what? What? Nice to meet you. Nice. Like you're wiping something off your palm. Nice to meet you. So the two hands like this. One faces this way, and the other one comes in like this. Face it this way. Yeah, think of this. This is me. That's me. I'm looking at all you people. Hi, everybody. And somebody else comes in. They got to face me, man. They can't meet me backwards. There you go. There you go. So, but yes, but I want you to get to a point where in your head you're visualizing. Right? It's concept. So I'm visualizing something happening. If I'm facing you this way, if somebody were to meet me, this would be backwards, right? And this is actually like follow somebody. Because now I'm right behind them, I'm following them. I'm walking beside them. So my wife and I went on a date and we just walked along the beach. So we didn't walk like this, and we didn't walk like this, we walked like this. But that's because this is forward, and this would be their back. So when you conceptualize everything, nice to meet you, and you look at it as a concept, now you can see me facing that way and this person facing this way. This is how we meet face to face. So when you start functionally seeing things as a concept, you'll start seeing when you're doing things wrong. So if I like this, me, you, and so as you get into that, you'll start seeing, okay, outwards is facing them, inwards is facing me. Things toward me, things toward them. And you'll start seeing those concepts. What makes signing easier as you're trying to learn how to do sign is realizing which way are things going? Which way is it pointing? Who's doing the talking? Who's doing the meeting? And again, dominant hand is doing the movement, right? So this is my non-dominant hand. It becomes me, and the dominant hand does the moving. So meet. Nice to meet you. All right, so the next is nice to meet you, and I'm going to ask you a question. Do you take up ASL? So basically what that means is, are you learning ASL? So you take up ASL. So if you think about again, looking at our rules of building a sentence, it's nice to meet you. Are you taking ASL? Now, how many sentences are there? It's nice to meet you. Are you taking up ASL? There's two sentences. So we have to break the sentences apart. There are going to be two sentences. So first sentence, what's the topic? Well, think tense. Is there any tense? No, we don't have to worry about tense. This is all right now. So what's the topic? It's just a small sentence. Remember when we talked about small sentences, we don't really have to worry about syntax. Now we just kind of say it. So we just say, nice to meet you. Because it's only two signs. Nice to meet you. Now, second sentence, are you taking up ASL? So what's the topic? You. You are the topic. You are what we're talking about, right? And again, it's a simple question. So you take up ASL. ASL. And that's it. So 2 sentences, both are very basic. So the question is, so this whole thing together is, nice to meet you. You take up ASL? All right. So how would you respond to that? That would be on page 142. You respond and say, yes, I'm taking up ASL. So how do we answer questions? With your yes or no question. How do you answer a yes or no question? With a yes or no, right? So you're going to answer first, yes, me take up ASL. Now, how about you? Now, I could say, how about you? Or I can just say, you? Because now this has the question, right? And how, I don't need to really say that because it's implied. So when you answer, you're going to say, yes, I take up ASL. You? That's it. So I will sign, you will reply, and then we'll swap. You ready? All right. So, same. So I'll throw that sign in there, same. So I said, yes, same. All right. Now you ask me, or like, nice to meet you. Now make sure to put a pause between your 2 sentences, because otherwise it looks like it's just one big long run-on. So I know I probably didn't do it very well, but nice to meet you. You take up ASL? All right. You were questioning if it was nice to meet me. Well, I don't know. You have to decide that on your own. All right. That's much better. You look happy to meet me now. Very good. You ready, Caleb? All right, here we go. All right, now you start. Say, nice to meet you. Very good. Same. Take a Y, point it down, and then back and forth to each other. There you go. All right, you ready? There's a question. You? And raise your eyebrows. Yeah, you? Okay. Yes, yes. All right, so now you start, and you say, nice to meet you. Same. Good. You ready? All right, here we go. Yes. There you go. Okay. So now remember we talked about image, right? So what do you do when you say yes? So what your wrist is doing the same thing your head does, right? All right. Then you point at me and raise your eyebrows. There you go. Very good. All right. You ready? All right. All right. You start. Nice. You ready? All right, you ready? She asked me if I took up ASL. I said, no, I hate ASL. That was a joke. I love ASL. All right. You ready? Nice to meet you. All right, you start. Nice. You got to meet me first. That's excuse, whole palm. And do, yeah, once. Nice. There. There you go. Good. You? All right. He asked me if I take up ASL. I said, no, I hate it. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm teasing. I love ASL. Same. All right. So, how's everybody feel? You mind? Yet? All right. So we're going to go, we have breaking down the dialogue. So what we kind of just did, we're going to cover a little bit of what we did. And we talked about the tense. Remember, we talked about tense, topic, comment, question, pronoun. That's kind of the way the pattern of sentences go. So the first sentence was, excuse me, my name is Cecilia. Or I think that's what it was. Let me go look at it exactly. So, excuse me, I'm Celia. What's your name? So the way we signed it was, excuse me, my name's Cecilia, or Celia, name you. So when we look at it, what's the topic? My name, comment, Celia. Translation, my name is Celia. So as you look at these and you go through these on your own, just kind of start breaking those sentences down in your mind. Do you need tense? Yes or no? Is it future or past or now? If it's now you could say, now I go store, right? You could say that. That kind of adds urgency to it, but you don't necessarily need it, right? But tense, topic, what are we talking about? What is the sentence talking about? Like this, my name is Cecilia. My name is what we're talking about. The comment is what my name is, Jacob. So we're talking about my name, that's the topic, and the comment is my name is Jacob. And then question, and then pronoun. So a lot of times who we're addressing, we can add a pronoun in the end, don't necessarily need it, but you'll see me sometimes like I say you at the end of my sentence. That's me just adding that extra pronoun. You also see me do this sometimes, and that is question mark. So that's me saying question without actually using the sign for what is your name. I could say name. I don't know if that's everywhere. I just know it's where I've been. And so I could say name. So that's just saying question. I'm saying name, question. But that's how we're going to break down dialogue. So as we see these and as you go through these, kind of start breaking them down on your own. Can I translate this? Because next week we're going to be covering, starting in Lesson 6, page 148. And we're going to be going over dialogue. We're going to have almost an hour and a half of what we did tonight of just dialogue. And we're going to start learning some Romans Road verses and how to sign those things. So if you just start thinking about how should I sign this, in the tense, topic, comment, question, pronoun, do I need this? Do I need that? How do I do this? Now, we also have something called ASL synonyms. All right? So when you look at excuse me, so this is excuse me, but it's also forgive me. All right? What determines which one you're using? So if I say forgive me, Meet you. Forgive me, meet you. No, what determines that I said, excuse me, or excuse me, meet you? Context. All right, so when you're doing your topic comment, as you go through it, that's why we don't put that excuse me really up front, or let's say excuse me, because that is the sentence in itself, right? Excuse me. But if I want to say forgive me, I wouldn't be putting it at the front, right? Please forgive me. So again, what's the tense? Now. And then I would say, what's the topic? Me. Right? They were talking about me. What do I want you to do to me? Forgive. Question, please. So when we say, please forgive me, what we're saying is, me, please, forgive. Right? So, or you can say forgive, please forgive. Those can be swapped in and out because they're both in the comment. All right, so that's what determines syntax, or which one you're using is context. You don't want to say forgive me first. Forgive me, unless that is literally all you're saying. Forgive me. Now, and they'll excuse me and forgive me in context almost is the same. But if you bump somebody, oh, excuse me. You could also say bump somebody, oh, forgive me. Because it means the same thing at that point, right? Where excuse me, like I'm meeting you, is like I'm interrupting. I don't want to say forgive, really. So context is going to be very important in those situations, right? Same thing with nice. Remember what the sign for nice was? Very good. What's the sign for clean? Same thing. That's wash. To wash something. You're washing dishes. You got rags. This is nice. And it's also clean. Why? Because, like dusting. I've dusted. Everything's been removed, all that. So, again, context. Same. The same. This also means me too. It also means me the same as you. It also means you the same as me. Right? So this is where we're comparing each other. That's the same. Right? This is agreement, but it's also a sign for same. So, but this is when you're thinking agreement. So I think the same as you, you just say agreement. So this is also a sign for same, but it's talking more about the way you think. Where here is, we're alike. Me and you, we're together. Now this is you and I together, where this is same. You and I, the two of us, the three of us, the four of us, you and I, this is same. All right, so now take up. What sign was take up? Take up. That is also the exact sign as adopt. I'm going to adopt a child, or adopting a dog at the Humane Society. Adopt. Again, context. So make sure you add context when you use certain signs that have duplicate meanings. Otherwise, you could get some confusion, right? So I take up dog. People are like, so you picked up a dog? No, adopt. So now you have to make sure you're adding context to it to make sure it's clear. So there's some practices here for you on page 147. My name, fingerspell. Name you. So you want to sign that. Sign it in a mirror. Set your camera up, your phone, and record yourself. I've done this. Record yourself. Just set your phone up, go through these. My name, Jacob. Name you, and then signer B. My name is Shannon. Nice to meet you. And then I'll play it back. Was it clear? Did it make sense? Things of that sort. All right, so again, next week we're going to be starting on page 148, learning ASL. So there's not a lot of new signs in here. We have why. Remember, we've learned this already. You, me, take up, ASL, why. Enjoy. Enjoy is two pleases. Enjoy. Same. Sign. Feel. Good. More. So run over these signs over the next lesson. You should have a syllabus. We're going to be covering like 50 pages next week. because we got a lot to cover and catch up because we're 2 weeks behind, right? So Hurricane Ian helped us out with that. We're 2 weeks behind. We got to catch up, but we're not going to overdo it. If we have to stop early, we'll stop early. I want to make sure what we did before was front loading the information, so it's in your head, and now we're going to be doing a lot of dialogue. And so next week, get prepared to make sure you're signing to each other a little bit more, not just to me. All right? And we're going to sign without using your voice. So that means you have to be able to read it and understand it to be able to sign back, right? So we're going to start implementing that more and more as we go along. All right, everybody good? Nobody's, oh, all right. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, so it's kind of the same idea, right? What we're saying with take up means, are you taking the class? So it's more of a college idea, right? Are you taking class? You take up class? So you take up ASL? So what it means is, are you taking the class? Now, you take up ASL? Yes. You learn? Two different ideas, right? Learning is something you do after you've taken it up. Yes, you could say that as well. I could say, have you taken up driving? Have you learned to do it? Two different things, right? So that's the concept here is, one is have you signed up for the class? That's kind of what you're saying. Are you signed up to go to the class? And then you're saying, are you learning? You could say, I learn ASL. But that's kind of me going, you learn ASL? That's now a little different because now I'm asking you, are you actually learning anything? Versus are you trying to learn something? It's a little, right? So it's a little bit different. No, you could say I'm learning ASL. That's fine. I take up ASL. Right, learning. Right, lots of learning. So it's going to be a lot more active practice of using it next week and the week after and the week after. All right? Let's pray and we'll be dismissed. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for tonight and for the opportunity to teach ASL. I pray you help us all, Lord, to keep our minds open, to understand what we're learning, to not get overwhelmed. I know it's very, very overwhelming sometimes, all the information that's here. I pray you help us as we go home to practice our finger spelling, our numbers, to practice those things, to practice our dialogue and all the different signs that are coming up. Make sure we got them down pat, that we can, to make sure, Lord, because the whole goal of this class is to be able to share the gospel with the deaf in a clear way, to invite somebody to church, to be able to make a deaf person feel welcome in our church. And I pray you'd help us do that. Give us the strength and the wisdom and the understanding to do those things. Be with our fingers that sometimes don't work. And I pray this would be for your glory.